What's going on, guys? No Guides here. Welcome back to another video. In today's video we're going to go over in the Mine and Elite play. I'm going to show you how to defend aggressively. Of course you want to be able to see how I defend. I obviously have the controllers on the screen so you know what buttons I'm pressing, and I do have the eye tracker so you know exactly where I'm looking. It's a little blob that means that you can basically see where I'm looking. So right now I'm looking at Kyle Walker, for example. We are doing this in Division 1 as well, using the 4-1-2-1-2 second variation formation that I showed you in the video a couple of days back. Hope you guys have been enjoying that formation. It's a very attacking formation, and I thought it's only right to walk you only correct to walk you through how I'm going to play with it, just to show you what I'm using exactly. So again, it's the exact same tactics from the video, this one over here, 4-1-2-1-2, but do not forget I'm going to use a long ball, and of course you can use drop back or you can use balanced, and I'm going to use balanced. Again, you can reduce the depth if you need to, and the instructions are exactly the same in the video, so you get a good understanding of how it works. What you can do as well, you can use overlap on the left back and right back, and you can activate the D-pad tactics in game. And don't forget as well, we're using dynamic tactics. We're going to change to the ultra defensive formation in game, and that way it will change that tactic immediately. We do have the drop back variation on the attacking, so I can show you the difference between them both. So of course we're going to play very attacking as possible, if that makes sense. This year the game is a bit different. It's a bit more, there's a lot of issues with animus. I'll be honest, as a casual player you may enjoy the game, but as a hardcore player like myself, there are still many issues in the game that they need to rectify immediately. The meta in Division 1 is holding the ball and just basically the war of attrition, I would say. And it is getting very boring. I find that most of the time you have to just sit back and wait for the ball to come towards you. If you try to be somewhat aggressive because you can't press with teammate contain, you do get screwed most of the time. I'm going to use the running jockey over here, running jockey with Raul. As you can see, Ake, we packed in one to watch as well. I'm going to do a quick 1-2 over here. Don't forget, even if you're playing left centre mids or right centre mids, you can use creative runs to make them into temporary wingers. I've been doing that as well. Nice shots with Dembele over here. We're going to wait for Benyed Dembele. Nope. Looks like I made that overlapping run. Get the ball to Mbappe, who tries to get to his feet. I'm going to need some agile dribbling and run past like so. Agile dribbling, fake shot around. Good defending from Mr. Virgil van Dijk. Virgil van Dijk is actually a very much effective player this year. He is also very good because don't forget AI defending is extremely OP. We are going to get counter attacked for the first goal. And this is why I prefer fullbacks and centre back. I'm using Ake because I packed him, thought I'll give him a try. But I do prefer the fullbacks and centre back because then you do have that numerical advantage, and of course you're faster than most opponents when you're getting countered. Don't forget we've got both our strikers on stay forward. Gonna again defend outside the box, wait for the ball. Unlucky deflection over there. Werner is right-footed, so we're going to push him. He can't really shoot from there, and he's an off angle. So that's why playing against 5-star weak-foot players is extremely dangerous because they can shoot on either foot and move the goalkeeper out a little bit. Nice fake shot from Messi. Goalkeepers should have caught that. And Cyprian didn't even head the ball away. How wonderful. As you can see, there's a lot of issues with animations in the game. Most in I would say tackling, dribbling, left stick dribbling is becoming shambles, to be honest. Nice agile dribbling from my opponent over there. Hopefully do nerf the agile dribbling. It is a bit too effective. You know, you can hold it and you can hold the run button to immediately escape. That's kind of a quick tip. So you can hold agile dribbling and then just do like an R1 or R2 run button to quickly escape and evade a tackle. So it is a very effective technique to use. Pass the ball back over here, and that was to the wrong person. I'm going to do a quick pass to Benyed, a quick 1-2 back. A bit unlucky with that pass. I'm going to press my opponent as well. Decide to pass the ball around, and as this is the issue with trying to get the ball back. You know, I feel like you have to always commit into team press to get the ball back. You can't just, you know, press how you want fluidly, if that makes sense. Okay, you see the pass over there. Nice drag back. Going to do a driven pass straight to one of the strikers. Quick 1-2, L1 trigger, send Benyed on that run going forward. Gelson Martins. Ball roll into the space. Quick 1-2, my left back. Ball upwards. Fake shot along the line. And good read from my opponent as well. As you can see, it ends up becoming somewhat of a mundane game. Should be a foul, probably towards him. I don't know why I was not awarded that foul. The referee should be giving more fouls. I got him this time. And that's a nice finesse shot for the goal. The referee should be awarding more red cards. I've been seeing a lot of fouls not being given. I can't imagine why. I can only imagine that maybe they just wanted to increase the flow of the game, or like an counter attack measure. Going to run and jockey here, run and jockey upwards, and of course I'll have a full blown defending video, of course, coming up very soon as well. The benefit with this 4-1-2-1-2 second variation is that it is very attacking. So when you do win the ball back, you do have that counter attack method. So as you can see, I've got my 3 strikers on stay forward. So you got the midfield players. Of course, you can always use stay back while attacking if you don't like the 3, but you got the 3 strikers up front. And once they're up front and once they're through, we see, I'm gonna make that run over there, ball away. Gonna go back. We're looking at Ben Yedder, see if we can play him in and do a little super cancel skill move over there. That was nice. Fake shot downwards, and we're going to go back to Gelson Martins, back to Dembele, and we'll do a double Lasco, which they need to nerf, by the way. It's a skill move that's being used very heavily. You'll see it towards the latter end of Division 1. Once you reach that end, you'll see a lot of the top tier players. You'll see the Kroos performing that skill move very, very well. I'm going to change now to my Lamb to double up on my opponent down the wing. And that way I can press with my right centre mid without exposing my right back out of position over there. Good play from Cyprian. Quick 1-2 back. So this is what I meant by the you can turn your right centre mids into almost wingers. So I'll show you what I mean. Oop, that was not meant to be to him. So you can use the creative run to send players forward. As you can see, the direction arrow is not really on the screen. Ball all around. And of course you do have the pass and go feature, which is actually very effective. Unfortunately, I don't have the runs showing. I can make sure I got that at half time. Pass ball away. We see Mbappe, agile dribbling, quick go inwards. Oop, that was not meant to be to Ben Yedder. They need to fix that as well. For some reason, the ball keeps going away from my players. Passing to my own players, should I say. We see Mbappe just on the edge there, waiting, looking for his movement. My opponent's playing very defensive. Going to pass the ball to Ben Yedder. Back to Dembele, back to Mbappe. Agile dribbling around the side, and we're going to cut inwards. Ball away. Outside again. See that pass to Gelson Martins, fake shot around the goalkeeper, and that should be a goal. That was a nice goal. And that's where you can see the AI movement or the AI controls. You know how the players now make better runs. And that's why I said the left centre mid and right centre mid. Remember how I was saying you don't need to have just centre mids there. You can use wingers there. And that's why I like to use Gelson Martins in that role, because he does create that attacking opportunity and ends up overloading your opponent. I'm going to do a quick 1-2. I want to send Mbappe on that run. Of course, you can do a quick 1-2 now with creative runs. So Cyprian now turns into a winger. People say the 4-1-2-1-2, you've got no wingers. Well, you can quickly change that on the fly. We can see Gelson Martins over there making a run on his own, and it ends up becoming half time. I'm just going to double check the controls as well, because arrows are not unfortunately appearing. Go to trainer, show, and don't forget the directed runs should be appearing off on most of the time. If it doesn't appear, it's probably because you're either in FUT Champions, and also you can reduce the co-op camera angle. If you, for example, are not used to creative runs the first time, you can of course reduce the camera angle. I'm just going to double check on camera settings on show. So don't forget, creative runs, the directional arrows will not show in games like FUT Champs and game modes like that. So into the second half we go with a 2-0 victory. And now don't forget, as I said, we have the attacking variation. Now this is the drop back variation. This is the one where your team sit a bit back. It's good if you're really struggling with counterattacks. I wouldn't really use it. It's high depth as well. Do not forget, high depth drop. I think it's around 6 or 7 depth if I'm not mistaken. But you know, you have to bear in mind that, you know, your players are going to be on stay forward, so you have to have the kind of the nous to run back when you need to. Nice by Wern over there. And as you can see, that's another example of that agile dribbling that needs to be very much nerfed. There's a bit of a kickoff over there, I'll be honest, with terms of my player animation and player models. But then that was a terrible interception from Reguilón. Now on a 3v2 situation, I don't want to kick off again, but left-footed Raul. And I had to move the goalkeeper to save me, give me a little save. Mane's right-footed, so I overstepped on his right foot. Don't forget, weak foots have been buffed this year. They're now 85% of your full overall stats, whereas last year they were 90%. So the 4-star weak foot should still feel better than last year. But nice one from Gelson Martins over there. I'm going to do the running fake shot. It's going to bait him over there. Nice play. He's got Virgil van Dijk, a player that you probably cannot run past. I'm going to get the ball to the edge of the box there. get the ball to Mbappe, and we're going to do the same agile dribble that he did to me, just a speed boost into that area, and you can see it's a very simple goal. Fingers crossed they really nerfed the agile dribbling. If you're on top tier Division 1, or once you get there, you will see this being used a lot, so you have to be very, very careful, very vicarious in your defending, leaving a foot away from your opponent, but also blocking the standing angle towards goal. So I'll say when you position yourself, the positioning is more important than defending itself. And that's why I like players with good agility and balance, so they can maneuver here. Let's hopefully not kick off again. Good defending by Wan-Bissaka, good defending in time. We see Gelson Martins driven pass. We're going to do a through ball here to the other side. Okay, so now we're going to wait for, we see Mbappe making that run. Maybe we can pass the ball to him. He's on stay central, but you see he makes that run outwards with the L1 triggers anyway. And that's why I put him on stay central, because he occupies the middle areas. We do see Cyprian, he can't really shoot. We see Ben Yedder. Oops, bad pass from there. Going to run back with Ake now. And I think we've got Ake on the right hand side as a right back. We're actually playing him. Very much tactical foul. Tactical fouls are going to change back to the balance variation, just because I prefer it a bit better. I'm not really a big fan of drop back, because your team sit 2 back anyway. A good tackle from Raul. Oh, that was actually really almost a bad tackle. I don't really like drop back, because the fact that drop back makes you sit a bit too back. For like the lower tier players that really struggle with defending, you may prefer drop back. But I prefer to be high up the pitch, that way I can react and be able to defend naturally, as opposed to forcing myself to be in a more defensive position and then having to work my way out. That's regular on my left back. We don't want to be pushing forward him too much. And of course, you have both the left back and right back on stay back while attacking. But we could always ask them to come forward, attacking fullback. So we look on the opposite side, we can see now, I think that is Wan-Bissaka that's making that run going forward. And as you can see, you easily got those quick wingers that are free on either side, especially with the 4-1-2-1-2 second variation. You have complete and utter control. As you can see, look how much space I have with the formation. But because we are winning, there's no need to use attacking fullback, so we're going to take that off. And my opponent's sitting on the drop back, so we're just going to stay around this area, try to exploit him. L1 trigger there. Mbappe made that run upwards. He didn't make it. Nice pass to Ben Yedder. I'm going to walk away. He's getting baited now by his... oh, that's Virgil van Dijk at his peak. Again, not going to be too aggressive here, but going to use a drop between defenders, CDM, if that makes sense, to be aggressive without breaking my back four. And as you can see, Soko does a good job. They're going to switch now, play that slide tackle to get the ball straight away from Mane, win the throw-in as well. Right stick switch, 2-1 the attacker, so I can get the ball over there. Get the ball with Sissoko now, because he was very much marking that area. Do a quick 1-2, nice with Dembele. We're going to do an L1 trigger, L1 triangle, and that was honestly an abysmal ball that was from Dembele. Passing has also changed a lot this year. Obviously, the passing stats now, it doesn't just rely on short passing, curve, and everything is taken as an aggregate stats, and then they're all combined together to make the pass good. It isn't just relied on. So, for example, last year, short passing was all you basically need to make a good pass. If you had 85 short passing, the pass would be good. But now if your long passing is bad, it now aggregates them all together. So you can argue some situations, if your player has like 50 long passes, you're absolutely screwed. We see Wan-Bissaka making that perfect run down the wing. And we're going to do a driven cross on the ground. And we get very, very lucky with that situation. I'm going to skip that. Unfortunate own goal. Probably would have been, if that player was getting controlled manually. Thankfully AI didn't help him out there. But yeah, that would have been a goal on my end. I'm going to run and jockey like so, run and jockey backwards. Keep him contained at bay. Kickoff is one of those ones where like you have to play. There's a difference between like, you know, you either come out when you need to and where you don't come out. Quick 1-2s over here with the 3 strikers. This is why I really like the 4-1-2-1-2. You know, the striking options you have available, they always give you so much space in your midfield that you can combine together. A nice creative run over there. That was not meant to be to him. We see Mbappe making that run going forward. We're going to sit Mbappe on that run upwards. I'm going to use a shielding bit just so Van Dijk doesn't get the ball like he did last time. First time fake shot down, outside, inside again. And then we're going to do a ground cross straight to Ben Yedder. That was very, very good. Interception from him. Don't forget the ground cross is the R1 button, sorry, should I say. And then you double tap the cross function as well to get it on the ground as opposed to driven cross. There's also a new whipped cross as well, which I'm not really a big fan of, but you can do these whipped kind of crosses kind of thing, inspired by Trent Alexander, how he used to use those crosses last year, which obviously you're pretty sure you guys have seen on live TV. That's Ake, that's our centre back, so we don't want to be too aggressive with him, so we want to run back with corners. This is why I left the corners on 1, because, you know, corners are probably the best way for your opponent to score. I'll say when you have a corner, be very, very careful. You have to be very careful and conservative of the way you move your players going forward. Ben Yedder making that run, and I think Virgil van Dijk has caught up to him. Going to use offside shot to bring my defensive line forward like so, and going to see that quick 1-2. We're going to run back and track back, and Ake beautifully scooping up the play over there. We might have one final chance over here, I think, before the referee blows a whistle, and we don't. But that is just an example of a game in Division 1. Around about a 2,000 skill rating as well. So not too high, whereas, you know, the opponents would be literally holding the ball the entire time, like the top tier players, the pro players, top 100 players. But at a very steady level where it's very... And this one, I wanted to go over a few of the goals. This one over here, just a very simple goal. Of course, the replay is not working. This was a very simple goal. Nice run from Mbappe. Bad defending from him. And that's why I say the two strikers and that cam is really hard to defend all three of those players, especially trying to defend that manually. Gelson, this is what I'm trying to say with the player run. You see now, look, just focus on Gelson Martins. That's the player, that's our left centre mid who's on long ball. And just watch how he makes that darting run forward in behind. That's why the 4-1-2-1-2 is so good, because you have those overlapping left centre mids and right centre mids who make those amazing runs. A nice fake shot around the goalkeeper, fake shot ball around the goalkeeper, and that was 2-0. And Timo Werner, this is the kickoff goal. As you can see over here, this is the agile dribbling that he's using. He does use the run button to quickly sprint out of the animation, and it was very hard for me to get the ball. And you see I did the exact same thing again with Mbappe this time. You see I hold the agile dribbling, hold the R1 button, and I quickly sprint into a direction, as you can see, making use of that near post. So holding the R1 button, agile dribbling like so. And then once again, to opportunity, I just sprint out of the exit, and then he moved the goalkeeper. And because of the way the goalkeeper's movement works, if you move the goalkeeper too early and you wait, you can still go near post, and the goalkeepers don't react as well. That's kind of like an anti-counter measure to make it stop being too OP. And a very unlucky situation over here, we see Wan-Bissaka making that darting run going forward. We end up doing a low-driven ground cross, which is the R1 and the double tap cross button. And unfortunately, the defender got in a way, and unfortunately, he was put down as an own goal. But anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. It wasn't too hard. I think we're just around about the 2,000 mark in Division 1. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed In the Mind of the Division 1 play. Hope that gave you a bit of an insight of how some of the players play, how I play, and how I really go about it. In fact, my opponent's skill rating was actually very, very low compared to mine. But that's just an example. Thanks again for watching. Take it easy, and I'll catch you next time. Peace out, boys.